Good morning, students. The topic that we'll be doing today is socket programming in Java. Now, what the socket programming is? Socket programming is nothing but it is used for the communication between the applications. So, whenever two Java applications wants to communicate with each other, we use the concept of socket programming. Java socket programming can be connection oriented or connectionless. As we all know, connection oriented means TCP and connectionless means UDP. So both type of communication is possible between the Java applications. One way is you can set up a connection between two applications and then communicate, and the other way is with the help of UDP where you don't have to set up a connection. So for Java socket programming, there are two classes which are used. One is socket and other is server socket. Now socket and server socket are the two classes which are used for connection oriented socket programming. These two classes are used for connection oriented communication. Whereas datagram socket and datagram packet are the classes which are used for connection less socket programming. So in all, how many classes are there for socket programming? There are 4 classes, out of which 2 are used for connection oriented and 2 are used for connection less programming. So socket and server socket are used for connection oriented socket programming. Datagram socket and datagram packet are the classes which are used for connection less socket programming. So today we'll be seeing connection oriented socket programming, which makes use of socket and server socket class in Java. So here is a program for that. So as you already know, it is for the communication between two applications. So we need to write two programs. One program will act as a server and the other program will act as a client. Now as we are demonstrating, we are making it more simpler, and we just want a simple message from client which the server can receive and print it. So first we'll begin with a server program, server application program. So as you all can see at the top, there are two packages which are used. One is import java.io.star and the other is import java.net.star. Net.star is a package which is essential whenever you want to do a socket programming program, because it is a networking program. So you need to import the package as java.net.star, and io.star is the basic input output package. So let's begin with the server program. The name which I have given to a server program is my server. So public class my server, this is the name of the class. Here we are creating an application, not an applet. So the mandatory part of an application is to have a main method. So public static void main string args. Now within this main method, we'll write the code which will make this program as a server program. Now, as I've already told you, there are two classes which are used for connection oriented socket programming. One is socket, another is server socket. So as by the name you can understand, server socket is the class which will be used in a server program, and socket is a class which will be used for a client program. Now as this is a server program, we will be using server socket class. So here is a try block, because there is a possibility that there must be some disturbance, there must be some correlation during the connection establishment and during the communication. So in order to handle those exceptions, the try block is used. Now within the try block, we'll write the entire code which will make this program as a server program. So the first step which is required to make this as a server program is we need to create an object of server socket class. So here is the server socket class name. This is the object ss equal to new server socket. Now the first thing which should come to the mind is what is 6666. 6666 is nothing but the port number with which the server will create a connection with a client. So as you all know that one server can make multiple connections. So each connection has a unique port number with that. So now the program which we are creating is to create a connection on the port 6666. Now, once the port is established, now server will try to read the client request if there is any client. So for that we are creating a class socket s. Now server socket dot accept. Now whichever client will try to access, will try to request this server, that request will be accepted using this method ss dot accept. So what will happen once you create a server program, server socket object, this ss object is used to accept different client requests. So here connection is established by accepting the request from the client side. Now once the connection is established between a client and a server, what is the next step? As I have already told you, we are creating a simple program where server will simply read the data from client and print it. So what is the purpose of this connection? Is to read the data from the client. So for reading, we are creating the object as data input stream. This equal to new data input stream, and in the bracket we are writing s dot get input stream. So s is the socket object, it will connect to the client program. So whatever client has written, we are supposed to read that. So get input stream. Now whatever the client has written is stored in this. Now we need to read from this object. So string s equal to, now the data can be in any format. It can be string, it can be some data, it can be some currency, numeric values. So we are converting that to a string format by writing this typecasting using this, and we are reading that data. So this dot read UTF. UTF is, we don't know the format, undetermined format. So we are reading the data and then converting that data to a string format and storing in a string. Now once we have received what the client has written, the server task is to just print that data. So SOP message equal to str. So whatever is being read from the client side using the socket object, we are just printing it. Now once, this was the only task for the server. So after this, the connection which was established between the client and the server, it should end, it should close, so that server 6666 port is available for other connections. If we don't close the connection, that port will remain busy and it will not accept further connection on this port. So in order to release the resources of the server, we need to close the connection. So the statement which is used to release the resources is ss.close. Try complete, catch. If there is any exception which might occur during the execution, we'll print that exception, and we are closing main method and the class. So this was all about the server class, where we have created the object of server socket. Always remember, for server program you need to create the object of server socket, and for client you need to create a socket object. So in server program we created two objects. One is server socket with a specified port number, and other is a socket object which is used to accept the connection from the client side. And once the connection is established, after the accept method, we need to read the data from the client side and print it, and then close the connection. So these are the steps, main steps of a server program. Now quickly we'll see the client program. So this is the client program. Again, in the client program, we'll be importing the two packages, import java.net.star and import java.io.star. Now, this is again an application. So we'll be creating a class with the name as my client. Within that class, we will have a main method, public static void main, and again a try block. So whatever we'll be writing for socket programming will come under this try block. As I have told you, the client program makes use of a socket class. So here we are creating the object of socket s equal to new socket. Now This is a client. This client want to establish a connection with a server. So who wants to establish a connection? This local host, this machine. On this machine, because we have client and server both programs on the same machine. So where is the server? Server is also on the same machine. So we are specifying server is on local host, means on this machine. What is the port number on which our client wants to make connection to server? It is the same port number 6666. Just remember, in server program we have set this port for the client request, and the client also trying to connect to the same port 6666, so the connection will get accepted. Now what is the task of a client program? The client needs to write some data to the server. That's it. That server will read and print it. So in order to write the data, we need to create an object of data output stream, dout, equal to new data output stream s dot get output stream. Now using this object dout will write to the server. So what is the method to write to a server? Dout dot write utf, and in bracket and double quotes whatever you want to write you can print. So here it is written as hello server. Client is saying hello to the server by writing to the server using the method write utf. Now this was the only statement which client wants to send to a server. So after this, that stream, which the tunnel which is established between client and server should be cleared. There should not be any data. So in order to clear the tunnel between client and server, here is a method which is called as dout.flush. Flush will clear the data through that tunnel. And once the data is cleared, data is transmitted to the server. Now there is no need of a connection, no need of a dout. So we'll first close dout, this tunnel, which is used to write the data to the server, and we'll close the connection by closing socket s.close. Always remember, whenever you are writing to a server, you need to set up a tunnel with the help of a data output stream. Once you have written the data to that output stream using write utf, once that task is over, you are supposed to flush the tunnel. You need to clear the data from the tunnel, and then you need to close the tunnel and then close the connection, so that that connection or that port should be available for other programs. And try is closed. Again in catch, you will catch any exception that might occur and you'll print that exception. So this was the client program where we made use of socket class and we have written the data to the server. Now we want to execute the programs. Now to execute the program, we'll need two command prompts, two terminals. At one terminal, you will execute a server, and at the other terminal, you will execute a client. But the first thumb rule which you need to remember is server should be on before the client is on, which means you should execute the server program first and then the client program. Otherwise, the connection cannot be established. So quickly, we'll first compile the server program. It is compiled, so we'll run the program java my server. Now the program is running, the server is running, but with no output because the client is not yet started. Client has not sent any data which the server can print. So this is my server screen. Now I'll switch to the client screen. This is the client screen. I'll compile the client program. It is compiled, so I'll run java my client. Now, oh, the spelling was wrong. So it has successfully executed. Now we'll see at the server program, is there any output? Yes, look at the server output. Here you are given the output as message hello server. So this was the data which was written from client to the server and which the server has read and printed. So that's it about the socket programming using connection oriented.